That thing sounds good. We got a cam and old Jimmy. Jimmy's cammed, baby.
We going clear?
I don't know, you should. Watch that door.
Hold on. Your brake don't stop you when you get some speed. Why you gonna break the window?
Alrighty guys, we got Jimmy pulled into the shop, our 302 V6 1956 GMC truck. It's a dually. We got one tire off right now on the passenger side. We got Mike here, Jonathan behind the camera. Both their links will be down below. We got a few parts that we're gonna throw on this thing, and we're gonna try to get it running in this video. So we got some new plug wires. We got a fuel pump on it, which we're probably just gonna use the electrical Edelbrock fuel pump that we usually do. This is a little filter right here. We've been odorizing the inside of the truck because it stinks really bad, but it's not smelling too bad. The shop don't smell like it. It's been sitting here for a couple hours. We got a filter for the oil, Marvel's Mystery Oiler. We're gonna squeeze some of this down into the cylinders. We're gonna pull each spark plug out and send those down. We got a battery for it. We got all my wiring is in that box right there, so if in case we got to rewire something. We got a bunch of stuff, distributor caps, spark plugs. You guys know the deal. Biggest thing is we got these points. We also got a rotor and a condenser. So we got a lot of parts for this thing that hopefully are gonna let us go ahead and start this thing in today's video. We're gonna get to work, try to get this thing started. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. We build trucks like this all the time and do a lot of funny stuff with trucks. So make sure you subscribe if you guys are new and hit that like button so it helps the channel grow. Let's get right into this thing. We haven't started it up yet or really touched it at all, literally at all, other than cleaning it. So it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully we get it started. Thinking about?
I don't know. I had something going in my head to look for. Oh, the radiator. I was gonna get the new radiator cap.
Oh yeah, good. Got the new one now. That one should fit. Says it will. There we go. That's much better.
Keep this for an artifact.
Good. So we got the new coil. Got all new plug wires. We got all new plugs. We put Marvel's Mystery Oil in all the cylinders. Got new cap, new points, Points are the biggest thing.
New ballast resistor.
Yep, got a new one of those on the wall. Mike just had to leave, but he threw that on. Of course, new rotor. Here's the old rotor. And the old points. The old points weren't in too bad a shape. Not the worst I've ever seen, but...
There's a bunch of corrosion on it. I wiped it off, so that's why it looks... I thought it looked actually pretty good. You probably still could have ran it with that, but it seems like whenever we work on these old trucks, it's always the points that gives us a problem. So
always.
We just change it out.
Yeah, it's only like $4, so we might as well just change it from the get-go. What we're gonna do, we got a new fuel pump for this thing. We already know the old one's probably not gonna work and it's seized up. So what we're gonna do is try to run it off ether or starter fluid. Here's the old fuel line for the truck. Runs down here behind and is dry rotted and completely just snapped off. And this thing's just old. So we're gonna have to get a new fuel line at the store. We're gonna have to maybe make an O'Reilly's run or something to get this thing running. But I do have some fuel line in the truck, and I also have a fuel pump that we could just stick in there and just directly go straight into the carburetor. I'm hoping the carburetor isn't seized up. Seems like every truck we run into, it's always points and carb issues.
I don't know if the pedal is seized up or not, because I couldn't get that throttle linkage to move on that carb.
Throttle linkage is pretty crusty.
Go ahead and see if I can press the pedal on the inside and see if this moves right here.
All right.
This linkage on the back side.
Got a new stool because I ran over my last one with the F-250. I run over a lot of things around here. Oh, there we go. Did you spray some of that liquid wrench stuff?
Yeah, liquid wrench, but
okay.
See if you can push it back because it's not returning.
Yeah, there it goes. It's just not returning. Is that the problem?
That set of springs right there. And then there's more stuff down here. We're gonna have to spray some liquid wrench on it.
Okay, I see right there, yeah.
Right down here.
Yep.
I'm gonna spray that with liquid wrench and get that free.
Yeah, we'll
right here, so.
Go ahead. We are gonna wait on changing the oil and dumping it out and changing the oil filter until we can see if it runs, and then if it does run, we'll let it run for a few minutes and then dump the old oil out of it.
I'm not gonna try and start it.
Okay, just bump it.
So, the starter works.
Starter does work, which is crazy. I mean, dude, other than the fuel situation.
I'll hold the camera and you can crank this thing up. I'll spray some starter fluid in there and see if we can get it running.
Give it a little go-go juice.
Yeah.
I think Zip Ties calls us what Bill calls me in a can or something. That dude's funny. I love watching that guy.
It blows up. I don't know. I'm underneath here.
I'm gonna put it in first gear so I can run you over.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sweet. Oh my God, dude! I think that would have turned over first time. I literally let off the key. I think that'll turn over first time.
There's a bunch of like dust and stuff flying out of that.
Oh, I bet.
Engine bay.
There's so many spiders in there and everything. I'm gonna hit it again, okay?
All right.
You actually got lights on in the dash. Holy shit. Oh, it'll run.
It'll run.
Oh, Jimmy will run.
Yeah.
Jimmy's gonna run.
Let's get that fuel pump on, get a
Fuel pump?
fuel line. And
That's all it needs. Is
right
it's
to that.
running off that. If you were to keep spraying that, it would run.
Yeah.
So let's bust this door open, put our fuel up to it. I'll go grab some fuel line. I think Jimmy's gonna run.
Yeah,
Jimmy's a runner.
It sounded like it would have started if it had actually fuel.
All those freaking Chevy guys been telling me is Chevy's better than Dodge. Hey, this thing sat for a long time and it might run like today, which the Dodge took us some, what, 3 days, I think?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we just hooked our electronic fuel pump, our Edelbrock. I think it's like a 4 to 7 or so. But we just hooked it up. We hot wire the ground, and then the power, we just ran our wire to our vice grips there. We are going to be seeing if we can get this thing to start running and getting our carb jets cleaned up, because right now we don't know if our bowl's filled, and we don't want to loosen up any of those screws, because once you loosen that, you're pretty much committed to either a new carb or a rebuild, and we want to see if we can get it running off this carb. So we hope our jets are probably going to be clogged, but We hope our jets and our plunger and everything in there is working fine. Our float's working, but chances of that happening are pretty much impossible, but we're gonna at least try. We also are gonna try to hit the headlights. So let's see, we got power, we got hooked up power. Fuel pump's off right now. See if the headlights work. I don't know which one's it. Are those it?
Yep.
Do they work?
That's the fogs. That's headlights.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They all work?
The only one that doesn't work is this fog right there.
Dude, check that out. That is sick. I might be becoming a GMC fan, honestly, because I'm used to Dodge and Ford, and those things, if they sit, everything messes up on them trucks. That's crazy, man. So this is the fogs?
Yeah, that one's out, but this one works.
Just to have one work is freaking cool, dude. That is really cool. It's always cool to see if headlights work. By the way, this truck sat for 30 years. So if you're wondering why I'm so excited that headlights are working, this truck sat for 30 freaking years, man. That's cool. Like, what do you think, Jonathan? I think that's cool. Just having something sit that long and still work.
And I think maybe the fog light isn't working because this wiring, there's some wires that are pulled out.
Okay.
So these could be the fog light wires that aren't connected.
They probably are.
Which the connector's full of gunk, so.
I'm gonna try the horn.
All right.
Nothing?
I don't even know where the horn is at in this thing.
I think it's down below. Or maybe
Oh, it's right here.
Huh?
They're right up in front.
Is everything hooked up to them?
Looks like it.
Yeah. I think the actuators. Maybe you don't even. Maybe the horn doesn't sound off of that. Let's see what these other switches are for. I don't know what this is for.
One of them's probably choke.
Oh shoot. That might be choke. It has a C on it. Our entire turn signal assembly is just messed up. Hold on, let me see. I need to put some lube in here before I break that. We got this. I don't know what the hell this does. Some sort of push button, something like a. I don't know. What this does. It'd be interesting to see if we can get this thing running for long enough to see if we build oil pressure, and to see if we build, or see if it gets any warmer. I know our fuel tank gauge ain't gonna work, but I wonder if our thermostat works.
Those open and close these vents.
Okay.
So air can flow through these vents.
Oh, okay. Well, they're seized up.
I don't know where the air gets drawn in from, but you can see the lines coming straight to the vents on
That's
both
different than the
sides.
style I'm used to. I'm used to the style that blows either under the dash or here. When you put up the flap right there where the wipers go.
One of these is probably the wipers. These two are vents. One of these is probably wipers.
Probably.
One of probably is choke. This is probably the choke.
Yeah, it's a C on it.
And then that's headlights, and then that one may be an idle, like on Mater.
Generator light comes on. We of course have an alternator on this one, but I thought that was cool that at least did something.
This may be the throttle, like on Mater.
It might, yeah, it might be the throttle to pull this out. I don't know. I'd have to unseize it somehow. Keep spraying lubricant on it. I say let's give it a whirl, man. See if we can get this thing to start initially off starter fluid, and then see if that pump catches up.
So you want me to turn the pump on?
Yeah, go ahead and cut that pump on. Ready?
Yeah.
Hit it again.
She just needs fuel, man. She'll run. She just needs fuel.
Yeah, I think that's it. We may bottle feed this thing
You
because
just don't want to spray so much starting fluid because it's really harsh and really dry.
And plus,
so
we may want to keep this engine and just do like a rebuild, like a mild rebuild or something. Because we keep throwing engines and everything, and it'd be nice to see if we can keep an original engine in something. I think think this truck would look sweet, man. A lot of people are saying either paint it or clear coat it. I'm a little bit thinking about just keeping the rusty body on it. I don't know, just maybe not do anything to the body. The body looks, I mean, it's in bad shape, but a lot of people think this thing's cool the way it just sits and looks right here. I mean, do like the functional stuff like our mirrors and our glass, of course. Glass has obviously got to get replaced. Mirrors, we need safety mirrors, we need new tires, wheels. Maybe do like some polished wheels or something on this thing, or
I'd say just keep
the rusty body.
Keep the engine, keep the body, and then just do like suspension stuff. So you got a really nice riding truck, but it looks old, rusty. Yeah,
piece of crap. The numbers on the top, I don't want to sand those things off or clear coat them.
You guys show them we took the bed off?
Oh yeah, we took the bed off, by the way, boys. We didn't even tell you about that.
That was heavy. That was like
probably 800 pounds.
Nah, more than that.
Nah, no way it's more.
We had 5 guys and we were struggling with it.
No way it's more than that. We weren't struggling when we were lifting it up. We were only struggling when we had to like tilt it above the trailer and everything. Walking with it wasn't. There's no way it's 1,200 pounds.
At least 1,000, because that's 200 per person. We had 5 people.
Yeah. I was initially going to think about keeping the bed on it, the flatbed that came on, but that thing's warped, man. That thing's like bowed and it's just all sorts of crazy. So we're just going to scrap that thing. But check out 527. Should we change the truck name to 527? Not even call it Jimmy? I don't know. The 527 is pretty cool.
That'd be a pretty cool name. 527.
That'd be sweet. I want to get some key tags with 527 if you guys want to support the build and what we got going on the channel. I got some t-shirts down below. I also got some key tags. I never talk about my merchandise, but it does help these videos to come out and just fund all these projects. So we got 527. Let me know if I should release some key tags on that. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Just a key tag with 527.
Yeah.
Keeping that on the truck is pretty important to me. Just keeping that originality. It was either an airport truck or a military truck. I'm leaning towards military truck because the blue makes me think Navy, possible Air Force. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the frame is in half decent shape.
The only thing that's kind of weird is if it was a military truck, it's got like 90,000 miles, and I don't think the military would have drove it that much.
Airport, same thing.
Yeah.
Airport would be weird for it to have that many miles. Yeah. Military truck, I get what you're saying. It would be very weird for a military truck. It was hauling stuff cross country.
A military base and then drove it.
Or it was just hauling equipment base to base. I don't know. It depends. Some military trucks do get high miles, especially this size. You know, it's not like a big truck. Alrighty guys, we put gas in the Marvel's Mystery Oil container and we are going to be feeding it right into the carb. See if we can get it to run for at least like, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. If you see anything, just give me a signal to cut it off, alright?
Alright, I'll yell.
Alright. About to send it.
Hold up.
What was that?
Try it again.
Starter?
Yeah, try it again. Fuel's coming out of that freaking fuel pump line. The old one.
Let me just tighten it up a little.
The old one.
The old one, like the fuel pump's working?
There's probably water in it.
Probably.
Yeah, the fuel pump's working, I think.
Alright. Oh, that sounds good! Well, that thing sounds good! We got a cam in old Jimmy. Jimmy's cammed, baby. Got a little chop to it. That sounds so good.
That's me.
Dude, the engine sounds good though.
Look right here.
Yeah, I see that.
I stopped, but the fuel pump's working.
Yeah, I see that. It's pushing something out, whether it's water or fuel, I don't know. I know it's not fuel because unless it's residue or
old
fuel, not residue, I'm thinking a residual.
Yeah.
Residual is the word. Residual fuel that was in the line from 30 years ago, so that could be a possibility too. But Jimmy does run and it sounds freaking good. That is a first for us. Not having a world of issues with the truck, getting it running, that's a first.
That's probably the fastest we've gotten the truck started up too.
We always run into a million issues, but hey, maybe it's the shop. Maybe the shop is what did it for us. Maybe the shop is a blessing in disguise in two ways. better to work in here, and maybe it's going to help us get these trucks started quicker.
But that carb that carb is definitely the problem.
Definitely.
So either Caleb's got to find a rebuild kit or find a new carb to fit this intake.
Yeah, it's an 80s GM model carburetor, monojet. This definitely isn't the first one. It's a Rochester, made in USA, Rochester, 80s model Chevrolet monojet. The thing is, when I look online, I can find rebuild kits, but not for this particular one. I can't seem to find a rebuild kit for this one. They're always a little bit different. And when I see about finding just a brand new carburetor for it, because sometimes you just want to cut your losses and just from the get-go get a new carb, which I may do for this truck. All the fuel inlets and the throttle linkage is all different. I can't find one that'll fit this truck. So if you guys can find one that can fit this truck, an old carburetor, let me know. And I'd be interested in buying that thing for this thing, because once I put the new mechanical fuel pump on it, even though this one seems to be working, probably just slap a new one on it regardless. Dump the oil, do an oil change, get a new carburetor for this thing. I think it'll run pretty good. I mean, we could even go through put the jack on the rear axle, lift the rear axle a little bit, and just go through the gears just to test the transmission out too. We could do that. Maybe in the next video we'll do that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but I'm happy that we got this thing started on the first day we worked on it, instead of
fairly simple.
3 days of working on it and still not knowing what's wrong with it. Definitely the carb is the issue.
100%. So let us know what you guys think down below. This truck got started amazingly easily. I mean, when I tell you guys I run into every issue every time it could possibly be, this one's been a straight shooter.
Yeah.
We may have not even had to replace the plugs. Definitely the plug wires. Plug wires were shot.
No, it's always good to replace the plugs, the plug
I'm
wires.
just saying it may have started. It may have started. But hey, points for sure were messed up. It would not have started with those points. It would not have started with those points. So I'm glad we replaced those. Cap, rotor, who knows. Plug wires definitely needed to be replaced, 100%. But I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about old Jimmy here, 0527. And we will see you guys in the next one. We're going to be getting new tires for this truck so we can get it on the road. Also, we're going to be going through the transmission and checking out the gears to make sure all the gears in the transmission gearbox works well before we take this thing on the road as well. So we're going to hopefully go ahead and nip things in the butt before we hit it out on the street, because we don't want to break down like we did with Mater and Fat Tony.
We probably still will break down.
Probably.
It's always our thing to break down.
Definitely. Anything in closing, Jonathan?
No, I've said all I wanted to say.
Well, we thank Jonathan and Mike for the help. Their links will be down in the description below. Subscribe if you guys are new, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.